Hi, this is Phyllis Hayslip, and I'm back with the Phyllis and Laurin show, or I'm sorry, the Laurin and Phyllis show, episode 4. We left off talking to Laurin about how we meet in a coffee shop to write. Laurin, why do we do this?
Because we have families and they like to interrupt us when we write. Phyllis and I both have the same situation, I'm going to call it. We have husbands who are home a lot. I still have a teenage son at home, a dog who likes my attention, and I find it very hard to focus on writing sometimes when I'm at home and everybody else is around. So Phyllis and I have started meeting at a coffee shop.
And the coffee, we don't have to make the coffee ourselves.
We don't have to make the coffee. We don't have to clean up after ourselves. The people are happy to see us, which is always nice, and for the most part, they leave us to our work. And so we found that we actually get a lot more done in a shorter period of time by going outside of the house and being in this other environment.
Well, Laurin, last time we talked a little bit how you learned to write your first book, The Devil of Kilmartin. Now I'd like to know how you got it published. How long did it take? Did you have an agent?
It's every writer's favorite story is how I got my book published. I actually went through the contest circuit at the Romance Writers of America, which I talked about before. I belong to Washington Romance Writers. A lot of the chapters have contests, and I had started entering contests and also sending my manuscript off to an agent I had met a few years before at a conference. And everything sort of snowballed. I won 2 contests with the manuscript. I got my agent in May of 2000. And then I got, as the winner of one of those contests, I was asked to submit my full manuscript to Berkeley Publishing, which I did. And in October of that year, 2001, 1 month to the day after 9/11 actually, I got the call from my agent that there'd been an offer on the book. So I kind of went through the contest circuit, which is a very nice way of getting out of the slush pile and onto the desk of an editor, because a lot of those contests, if you final in them, not even if you win, but if you final, you get read by an agent or an editor. So it's a lovely way to go.
So what is the time lag involved here?
The time lag.
I think people want to know this because sometimes they get very frustrated. They can't understand why a book takes a long time to come out, let's say, sometimes.
Yeah. I sent the manuscript to the agent about 6 months before she accepted it. I was asked for the manuscript in April. I was offered a contract in October. That's considered very fast. Usually it's about a year between sending something in and getting an answer on it.
And how long before it was actually published?
It was about a year after it was accepted before it came out.
And that's pretty fast.
That was pretty fast. It was about another 2 years before my second book came out.
Yeah.
So there was a big lag between those.
Well, one of the things that the average time I've read for children's books to come out is 2 to 4 years.
Yeah, I know your books seem to take a really long time to come out.
And I'm not sure why that should take so long, particularly with all the technology today.
Yeah, it's remarkable that the publishing industry is way behind the curve as far as using technology.
So do you have any advice for people who are going through this process? Anything in particular that you think would help them?
Well, there's 2 pieces of advice I very typically give writers, and one is write. Just write and write and write and write.
And I concur with that.
Yeah,
I think that's, and also to read in the whatever genre you're going to write in.
Yeah, you do have to read. If you're not a reader, you shouldn't be a writer, because you need to love story. But write and write and write. And then the other piece I give, and this is more on the business side, is persistence. You just have to be persistent. You have to have a thick skin, and you have to keep trying.
Hey, those are two of the advice that I always give.
Yeah.
So we're on the same page. But maybe that's one reason we're doing these videos, because we agree a lot. Thanks, Laurin. We'll pick up with this next time.
All right.